All right, and we are good to go with the first game of the grand final. Shushay out in front, has boots and a health potion. This Rammus, 81 armor without defensive ball curl. Pretty durable dude. Pretty durable. But they're facing off in mid already. Look at them walking back and forth. And the dance party. There we go, the dance party. Nice, nice. So I was putting that dance off, and they're just meeting each other in the middle, and this is going... the dance band from Lemmy Zelt means Scorker doesn't even get to move very much, but the dances are off. These guys are going to be pretty excited about that. PK dancing around, doing the MC hammer. Pretty good from them. No one really spamming, but this dance... Let me actually hide the scoreboard real quick, get that dance in better view.
That's so great. You know, the camaraderie between these teams, that they can do this. They could have easily gone for a jungle invasion. They could have easily tried to mess up somebody else's gameplay. But right now, they're going to do this. It's very close to minions spawning, and they still have at least 30 to 40 seconds before those buffs come out, so they can still make a move. Seems like everybody's going to return to the laning phase as the minions start to spawn. And maybe they won't. Maybe they'll head through the jungle. Maybe they'll try to initiate something here. And it looks like we may have a Brand going up top, and a versus an Aurelia. He's going to be able to play a lot of distance and range on that. Malzahar versus Anivia in middle. Jarvan obviously staying in the jungle. In the support, carry bottom as usual.
Yep, and indeed, and basically I think the thing was that, you know, across all these games of AAA and Fnatic, no one ever really went for the invasion, aside from that one time. Actually, I don't think any of the EU teams really invade. I mean, we saw some kind of cool moves in the NA teams where they would, you know, pulverize these raids down and you know, make it worse for Nunu. Ultimately, you know, Fnatic, AAA, neither of them really going for any harassment in those early games. So they said, you know, let's just have a dance party instead. Nothing else is going to happen. We're good. So Jarvan off to a good start, going to grab that golem buff with Smite. Leonak doing a pretty good job with Jungle Jarvan. Definitely made sure he was prepared for this game. And he's just going to get himself level 2. Sign at FI has killed the golem as well. That defensive ball curl doing so much damage. He has actually the first one, actually almost tie basically there for level 2. He's going to move down. His wolves have already been you know, dropped out, so that's going to move on. And the Powerball going to come across the map, and Leonak already going for the invasion at the bottom lane. And yes, he has found Lemmy out. The flash out in time to dodge that jump through. He's going to be safe. But the flash already gone, and you know, we saw that last time these teams met. The Jungle Jarvan, really aggressive, does a lot of cool things, and he's already back, looping around the side. And, you know, Lemmy Zelt still at level 2.
Melisande playing very smart there. He did move himself up so he could have vision on that. They're going to get the CV down. Jarvan forced to now move out of that. And we hear the Powerball. It is only Rammus going down for the bottom golems. You definitely know the initiation is coming when he's flying around. And Jarvan looks like he's going to come up behind here. And he is just being very aggressive right off the bat. Full health as he comes to this one. XPK getting popped up. They're going to do a lot of damage here if he can get the Ice Blast on him. Anivia must have just used that Q. It was not up again. And she was, or Mulma just absolutely looking for that perfect point to use it. XPK only taking a little bit of damage, but able to thwart that first blood. Jarvan now to return to the jungle so he doesn't lose his rotation there.
Yeah, and that is a 12-second cooldown. That Q on Anivia is a 12-second cooldown at rank 1. And yeah, it's possible that he just used it a little bit, you know, a good 8 seconds ago or so. We didn't see it on the screen until he was not able to cast that one in time. But that's certainly the combo you want to go for. As you got knocked up, you're going to throw the Q out immediately. So it had to have been a cooldown drop, which I guess, you know, could have been coordinated slightly better on VOIP. Say, hey, I'm going to come gank mid. Don't waste your stun cooldown. But, oh well, you know.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, easier said than done, although, ironically, something that would have been said.
Yes, and done.
So, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Rippington.
Obvious is obvious.
Percentage damage always deals damage in percentages.
Hey, true story.
True story. Bottom lane, Yellowstar and Kuja. Let's look at that. Yellowstar, 18 CS. Actually getting outlasted by that Corki by 1. Lemmy Zelt taking a lot of damage. The shield comes out from Janna. Janna getting hit pretty hard right here. So the lane is going well. Leonak going to peel back after picking up his golems. This Ram is doing a very good job there. Is level 4, doing a ton of damage to these minions right there. Getting closer and closer, of course, to 5. The wraiths are up, but he's going to go up towards the top of the map and find a gank. Looks like Jarvan actually going to stay at the top of the map and try to find a gank for himself. This could work quite well. Shushay doesn't really know that he's there. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. He's certainly not playing too terribly defensively. Rammus, though, coming across as well. This is going to be interesting. He's going to jump into that brush. Leonak going to drop that. Damage off on Anasoas. Can he get a taunt off? There's the taunt onto Leonak. Leonak taking a lot of damage. Good pillar of flame. Has to flash backwards. Leonak going to jump into that turret. Stay safe for now. Applause coming out from the audience. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, everybody participating here between the players and the audience. Everybody is just so into these games right now. And it's very nice by Cyanide. I don't think he knew Jarvan was up there, so he might have been a little surprised when he bumped into a Jarvan as an Aurelia walked out of the bush. But they still continued the fight. The reflex is just that quick that they can adjust and understand what to do. And bottom lane phase is still going quite well. Sona is, however, quite low as Corki continues to barrage Ashe with a lot of damage. She does have that Doran's, so per hit she's going to be able to get that that health back, as they're only going for last hits right now. But the lane is still quite pushed to feed that turret with minions, and that's exactly what they want right now. Sona seems to be moving at this point, and she is just going to be setting a ward down. Already good control by against all authority to get those wards in the bushes. They have 2 already, so bottom lane can get that push out, and they can play very effectively that way.
Yeah, and actually I wanted to take a quick aside and probably ruin some friendships real quick. So everyone in the audience, we haven't done this yet in this tournament, but we want to. Everyone in this audience, if you want Fnatic to end up winning this tournament, actually, sorry, let me stop that one real quick, because here comes a gank from Fnatic. He will land that onto Aurelia. Here comes the taunt as well.
Wow.
She takes a stun, but I think they coordinated that poorly because they both hit that at the same time. So I was trying to run away. Is slow by the lizard buff, but going to be safe, and looks like Cyanide will stay in the brush end zone, but Soas will probably heal. So, as I was talking about, if you want Fnatic to win this best of 3, if you want them to win the tournament, let me hear you cheer in the audience, cheer at home, cheer whatever you're doing. Make some noise for Fnatic if you want them to win.
You're quite a favorite.
Okay, and if you want the French team against all authority to take this one out and come back from loser bracket and win this series and win the Season 1 championship, let me hear if you want AAA to win.
Yes, there's still a few. Indeed, the Dream Arena is packed with over 1,200 people at this point in time. We have about 80 to 90 people sitting in front of us right now, and it just seems that, wherever they are, Fnatic has been the favorite in this one, so it is definitely easy to see that Fnatic could be the favorite here, and especially in Dream Arena, I'm sure we've heard a lot of cheers for Fnatic as well. So the underdogs, AAA.
So you should take some damage up from Linax. I had to interrupt you real quick as Linax came in for that jump, but only pushed him into the air, so as not decided to chase in on that one, so he's going to be safe. But as you were saying, people in the audience.
Yeah, people in the audience definitely always enjoy the underdog as well, and once they come into that second game, I think some people may waver back to that against all authority, and we'll see what has to happen. Malzahar going back in mid to get a buy on. Indeed, and we'll have to see. So's taking quite a bit of damage there. A Conflagrate coming out of the hands of Brand. He's going to easily be able to farm his lane, and we're going to look at the creep score right now. 50 for Malzahar, 28 on the jungle, 37 for Brand, doing good up top. That is versus Aurelia with 35, so that is a pretty even lane right there. The bottom support and carry lanes is 58 for Ashe and 40 for Corki, so Ashe is definitely coming out very big in that lane right now.
Yeah, the gold is almost equivalent, though, 8.2 versus 8.2 exactly, so the teams could not be more evenly matched. The summoners have been used on and off, but doesn't mean so much. But there we go, the first Golem buff going to Moma. So that is the first non-jungler buff really being gained. So I was getting harassed out by PK. Looks like they're going to do a lane swap as Brand coming on to try to melt Anivia in that lane. But fighting blue buff Anivia going to be difficult. Thankfully, Shushay does have good active cast range. His E is 675 range. Malzahar is still spamming out of Soaz. Soaz actually going a Chalice of Harmony. I have not seen that item a lot this tournament, but going to give her not only the mana regeneration to fight better, but also the magic resist to survive these lanes. And look at that. Moma going to switch to fight Malzahar. Really wants to do that one. Shushay spots that ward coming down from Linak, but not going to do a lot with it. So that ward will stay up in an aggressive position. Kuja putting down lots of wards. As one's about to time out, puts a new one down. Yep, there's the timing out of that ward. And this game's still so incredibly close.
We are seeing Sona return back to bottom. Kuja and Yellow Star again to gather down there. Lamia has Melisande in the bush. I don't know if they realize that she is there, so Janna could facilitate the shield on Lamia and be very deceptive against an attack on Ashe. And it seems like Aurelia will move through the jungle. She's not going to go for anything there. She will move back towards mid. As you know, it was a very smart idea. You said Anivia going back up top versus Malzahar. Why not? They're both level 7. There's no reason to put somebody else against the person they've been fighting against. Brand is actually level 7 versus Sal's level 6. And we'll have to see if that does anything. Actually, she just levels. That's really going to help her out there. Missing one, missing the Seer as well. And if she had not just used her dash, that would absolutely have been a time that Sal's could have punished Shushay a little bit and hurt him. Although he has blue buff, she has to be very careful for the amount of time it's going to take for Brand's cooldowns, which are quite high in the beginning and quite high late game. This is why he's a caster, and he's really relying on his cooldowns, but he can do a lot of burst damage.
Yeah, and he's definitely burning down Soaz a fair amount. That's definitely minions very well as well. And wow, PK taking a lot of damage from that Anivia, but going to be safe for now. PK has not used his ultimate. He has used Flash. His Unite is still up, though. He could do some damage to Moma. Having infinite mana pretty much with that Golem buff means he's able to constantly harass, and that is why they did those lane switches. His Moma is winning this lane against PK. And, you know, there's been the debate of who is the best mage player. Certainly Shushay, quite stylish. But, you know, some have said that PK, some have said that Moma being the best mages in the game. Certainly right now, Moma putting himself into a good advantage here, winning it by 1 minion kill, and ping spam going off. Oh, the arrow is close. Shushay barely managing to dodge that by about 300 range, just to the top, and he's going to be safe. The arrow comes by to the left-hand side, of course, not hitting very much as they're out of lane.
And, very nice attempt there, you know, working all around the map. Good communication by the teams. They easily would have been taken out Brand. That would have done a good 300, 350 damage. Aurelia with the quick dash on, and she would have been able to really do a lot of damage to Brand, especially with her ultimate. And the conflict rate coming on. It could be coming in here. Where's there going to be an ultimate from Jarvan? It may not need it. The Aurelia doing her ultimate, and there it is, first blood. And it looks like it is going to be Jarvan falling, or Brand falling down. Shushay to the hands of Jarvan. He will be able to grab the blue buff or reset his if he had it before as well, coming out of the jungle. A very nice job as Cyanide tries to pick up the slack in middle, and that will be the first blood of your game. 11 minutes in, going to AAA as Shushay was caught a little overextended in his lane by himself.
And indeed, Shushay going 70, you know, as I planned, doing well so far. I have now taken on the Joe Miller caster curse of getting predictions right. I do that on purpose, though. I do want to see AAA put on a good show. They certainly got, you know, a very strong game 2, but a very weak game 1. It looks like they've learned some of their lessons here. Yellow Star just last hitting like a boss. 96 minions, up by 10 on anyone else in that game. Definitely proving him as what I feel to be the best range DPS player in League of Legends right now. Proving at least his mechanical skill. And, ooh, Fnatic actually going, although they've been hawkshotted, they're actually going for the dragon kill. Soaz is far. Anivia, Moma. Soaz has teleport. Moma does not. So Moma's going to be sequestered off to the side. And Fnatic actually going to pick up this one pretty much for free. They have all 5 there. Not even attempting to challenge them. They brought the gold back to 13.4 to 13.5. The kill, of course, being concentrated on that Jarvan is nice, but looks like the Dragon going to bring that one back in.
Yeah, very good job there. The Oracle being picked up very early on Janna. That's going to be able to control the map, and that's exactly what they need. Fnatic has said before that getting that Oracle early has definitely won them some games. Nivea pushing her lane. That's going to be Moma backing off now as he sees, I don't know where my top lane is. They're probably rotating back up. I'm going to be safe and go back. I don't think he's going to back Blue Pill, though. It looks like he's going to wait for the minions. There's no reason. He does have full mana, and Jarvan is just waiting off to the side here to see if Brand will pillar the flames in the middle of the map and push that lane as much as he has. But Shushay playing very careful now. Oh, another Ash Arrow just missing. And Shushay knows he needs to play very careful now as they are focusing him 110%.
Yeah, they definitely are focusing on keeping Shushay down. He is the guy who seems to get the most farm and crush the games. But, you know, it's been really good in AAA. You know, they've banned out the champions they're really worried about. They first picked that Anivia as soon as Malzahar was gone. And, you know, while Shushay has a lot of champions prepared, he's, you know, that Gragas level of play that we saw, it seems to not be there with his Brand. He does well, of course. He's last hitting. He's fighting some good fights, but you know, I think if you were Gragas, he wouldn't have died there, for example, if you were Alistair the same way. So I think AAA has gone for the right strategy there in banning out Shushay's champions. And, you know, it seems that Linak is quite the good jungle Jarvan. So maybe Fnatic will have to rethink their strategy if they go into a game 2.
Yep, and XPK is saying, I think Anivia is above me, and they look to bait that out, but Moma has gone back, and Cyanide will go into the bush, and they will be unlucky on finding any champions there. And it looks like an ultimate in middle. Jarvan trying to do what he can here. The Pyroclasm going out, and we're going to see if they can get this down. No, he cannot. Possibly going down. Oh, she just gets an ultimate off and steals a little bit of health back. That's going to help her stay alive. The ultimate from Brand being able to bounce 5 times within enemies and within minions, and really does a lot of damage, increasing in speed every time it hits an enemy opponent.
Yeah, I think it was actually a small mistake by Brand to go for Aurelia in that fight. Certainly she was closer into the turret, but Jarvan actually had lower health. And since they were both struck by that Ablaze debuff, he could have, you know, stunned either one with that Seer with no problems at all. But as it turns out, you know, got Aurelia super low, got around to 40 health, almost got that math right, but she did, as you say, she healed with that ultimate, and it kept her alive just barely on those minions, and that did good things for Soaz. You know, Jarvan did blow his cooldowns there. He did ult on there, but he had the golem buff at the time, so it's a pretty low quote on ultimate. You can see that it's already more than halfway back thanks to that. So not really a big waste. They did have Shushay burn a couple of spells. His Ignite was used, his ult used as well. But here comes a fight as Soaz has teleported in, but a perfect flash from PK coming by and leaving before Soaz could land a slow or a stun.
Looks like they will go back to the laning phase there. Aurelia kind of forced it down, though. She wants to come back, though. Seeing the minion kind of giving away Malzahar, knowing XPK, Aurelia knowing XPK now still knows she is going to go back and take some golems to continue to soak up XP. You know, you try for a gank for a while. You want to be able to stay in the game and not lose too much level. She was only gone for a little bit, but she's still going to give herself that experience. Bottom lane just still going back and forth. We can see Janna making her way around. Melisande making sure all the wards are clear down bottom, giving themselves a very good idea of what's going on and how cautious they really need to play in that lane. Looks like that minion actually just took that ultimate that Yellow Star was about to receive, so congratulations to that minion. Lamia just trying to keep poking. Sona doing a great job of keeping that lane on, and we could have a 2v2 situation up top as Cyanide is waiting for somebody to come out, proccing that Powerball. Will he decide to do with it, possibly flash on if she comes out just a little bit more, but Moma not leaving anything to chance, and he's going to stay quite far back.
Yeah, he's going to play safely with there, and then he's going to come in and just turn on that Glacial Storm and last the rest of those minions pretty safely. Yeah, just these players are landing extremely well right now. They're not taking too much damage. Ashe getting a little bit low. Lemmy's playing very aggressively with that Sheen, as Yellowstar does have the first BS sword in the game, though 161 attack damage is quite massive, so that's going to be quite powerful there. We'll see if they can make this lane even out. 128 minions on Malzahar is the top on the team, but 137 on both Anivia and Ashe is so much better for AAA right now. They are winning mechanically. They're up 200 gold despite losing a dragon. That first blood, of course, giving them a huge advantage. And PK still just landing as best he can. And Momo waiting in the wings, and actually Jarvan the same, so they could pick up a nice kill. If PK wants to lane, yep, he's going to be in range. Here comes Leonak, the ult goes off. Looks like Flash is not up, so the damage up, but he misses the stun actually. PK doing a great job, and actually the wall is beautiful from Anivia. He will ult onto Momo, do some nice damage there, but he will drop down. PK going to fall. Leonak 2-0 now in the game. Wonderful play by him.
Yeah, that was really amazing. He may have made it out of there. We do see that his Flash has about another 60 seconds to come back up. Very unfortunate. PK could not make it out. See Brand being very aggressive in middle on So's here, and he's going to go ahead and steal back all of that HP with his ultimate, and a huge burst damage coming out. Great comp for Great and Seer on from Shushay. He's able to save himself a little HP, but still take a good amount of damage from Soaz right there. Looks like Momo will back in the middle of the lane, trying to draw a little bit of attention from Rammus, and XPK kind of gone. Rammus is just going to soak up the XP in that lane. That is Cyanide, Yellow Star, and Kuja. No real opposition down bottom right now, as Lamia is backed up with Melisande. Looks like he may be laying a ward. Let's see what the inventory is. Yes, he has 2 left. There it is, the ward on Dragon, so they're going to understand when that comes back up. It should be about 15, so it's going to be another 3 minutes before that comes up. They actually went for it as soon as it came up, so we will see what happens when that time comes around at about 20 minutes, and we'll see what happens if there is a forced team fight on that.
So in the meantime, looks like we have a little bit of a fight downtime. Actually, a 2v2 in mid could erupt pretty soon, but you know, these are the best players in the game. These are the best teams. They're going to play their champions pretty much perfectly. Dragon's actually already up at 18 minutes, so
right, so
missed time there. 12 minutes was when it fell. Yes, 6-minute respawn. But they're going to actually prepare themselves for Dragon. Leonak is nearby. He's going to drop that flag down. Not going to get too much for it. The Pillar of Fire is good. Going to hit Anivia right there. And Anivia has not yet finished her death cap. This is a good time for Fnatic to take a fight when Anivia is not too terribly farmed just yet. Yellowstar has a lot of items, though. 191 attack damage is super powerful. Shushay definitely not up there. Wow, this Dragon just staying safe, and no one's going to get anything done. But Fnatic actually going for a turret kill now, as AAA has split up. So in the middle lane does not have Summoner teleport up just yet, or Summoner teleport, as our producer would say backstage. And they're going to go on for this turret. They're going to have a good chance here, 5v4. So as still going to push mid, and maybe going to have a great defense. There's the Azure going to hit Shushay in the face. Will they push on? The wall is decent, and the Sonar Dance is strong, but they will not follow up on this one. And Soaz going to put on some more damage, but the the ultimates are now down, and Fnatic going to take a 5v4 now onto Dragon potentially. With the ults down, they have a good chance at this. So it's going to push towards the middle. They might pick him. No, we're not going to pick him up. Looks like the Ashe Hawk shot was good enough, and Fnatic still sitting around Dragon. They're going to go for it right now. Santa is going to taunt and push in here with defensive ball curl. They're going to get down about to half health. Leonot getting pushed around a fair amount. Lemmy's going to have to be careful. He does not want to be the first one dead. And now AAA are in range. Yellow's taking some damage. Soa's in the front now. Pika taking a lot of damage. The Jana ult is strong. Corki actually pretty safe here. The Dragon still doing a lot of damage. Cyanide must run away. Leonot must run away as well. Soa's staying there onto Lemmy's out. The stun is good from Anivia. Touche is safe. Lemmy's out will flash out. And the Dragon's going to be free to AAA. It is so low, and they will get that kill. Soa's getting very low. Will not quite die, though. And just tons of flash getting blown on both sides. Oh, they've caught Moment actually knocked in the air, now become an egg. Soa's going to jump in the front. That ultimate is strong. Shushi taking some damage, but looks like they'll keep themselves alive. They will blow the egg, but that is it. And AAA came out ahead there.
Yeah, what a forever fight. It seemed like everybody was just hitting him with everything they had, just leaving everything on the floor at Dragon, but nobody was really taking a lot of damage. The focus was all around, and everybody was just able to stay in that fight for quite a long time. They were able to pick that one, and able to get that one away, yes, as it was Brand that went down in that fight, and we will see.
No, he didn't die.
Malzahar, sorry.
I don't think anyone died. I think it was just the Anivia egg.
The Anivia egg, yes.
The Anivia egg was the only kill.
Thank you.
Half kill. But the Dragon, of course, did die. That poor Dragon. He was flapping his wings so, majestically, relishing his first blood on Riot Jeff Jew last game. But, not enough,
It's like Anivia going to have her way with Momo with that turret up top, possibly doing enough damage here. He has 6 more shots that turret can throttle at the minions, and he will maybe be able to take this one down. He's actually doing quite a bit of damage to that turret with the auto attacks. A few more, and it is going to be one of the first turret drops of the game. 150 gold globally to his team, and yes, the first turret drop in favor of Against All Authority, and that's what they are bringing to this game right now. Authority doing a great job of pushing their lanes, and it looks like bottom lane is actually getting quite pushed as that turret is eating up all the minion gold that they are trying to get from their last hits. Ash doing what she can. Yellow Star on those last hits as well, waiting. Siege Rain is pretty easy to predict when it's going down. Bam, a nice critical to take that one out. It looks like just Brandon Aurelia in mid, but there is some movement coming around here from Fnatic as they move 3 people towards mid. A nice arrow going on to Melisande. We heard that hit. Melisande could be going down here. Nice ult from Sona, and they're going to be able to focus her down quite quickly. That is a 3-0 now in favor of Against All Authority as they look to take this to a second game and are doing a very good job of that right now. Shutting down Fnatic, finding XPK in the beginning, finding Shuche in the beginning as well, and taking down those power players for Fnatic really early and playing on their mentality.
Yeah, it's a super strong play for them. They're actually going to push in towards his first mid turret as well. Going to go for the second turret kill of the game. Soa's in the front. If he gets taunted by... no, it's not going to matter. There comes the jump on a Cyanide. He has to defensive ball curl on, but it doesn't really matter. The true damage is strong. The Mouse ult will pick up their first kill, and PK going to drop down to Soaz. Soaz getting low, taking a lot of mage damage right there. Yellow Star taking a lot of turret shots. Lemmy Zealot dodging. Thankfully, those slows will not die. Oh, Mama gets blown up right there. Wow, that damage output was strong from Shuche and Lamia Zealot. A wonderful job. Managed to bring that one to a 2-2. That egg break was great from earlier, and they lost the turret, but they got kills where they wanted them. Jarvan and Anivia going down, but unfortunately they did lose that Oracles on Janna, and that was harsh.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money early game. She invested in that right away to control the maps. And, Against All Authority hasn't been using too many wards in too many critical places. They do have one in that tri-bush down bottom, one in mid, and one up top near the bushes. So everybody's kind of has the same thing warded at this point, just playing it safe so they can push their lanes. Ash is going to be able to, Yellow Star is going to be able to do what he can up top because he still has his turret. He's going to be pretty safe by passing that. He has his flash up, and he will be able to save himself and escape if something happens. They are pinging Dragon once again. That may be coming up soon. We did see it come up at 18, so that's going to be within the next 40 seconds plus that Dragon will be up. Another fight possibly to happen there, and we'll see if that can go in favor of Against All Authority once again. And we will have to see another turret taken down bottom. The lanes being pushed so far right now. They're kind of trading off which turrets they're taking. The top turret for Fnatic is down. The bottom turret now for Against All Authority. The blue is going to be going to Anivia. A very nice donation there. Very smart. Able to just lay down that ultimate for an extended period of time in the team fight.
Yeah, that is really what they really want in this game. And this is a concept we've seen talked about a couple of times where you have the double mage set up most typically. For Fnatic that's Malzahar and Brand, and for AAA they actually have just the Anivia and actually a tanky DPS in Soaz. but a common point of discussion was like, hey, you get one blue buff champion per team, right? You know, you get blue buff up for about 70% of the time. That's going to be nice, but you really want that golem on one champion. Who's it going to be? And Anivia, a really good candidate for that, has that ultimate who can pretty much keep it on forever if she really wants to. That's going to be very powerful. But minion kills on mid and bottom, going to trade those out, but AAA is still pushing, and I don't know if that's smart for Fnatic to not react to this, because we're going to get another turret out of this. The attack speed is going to be strong. But, oh, no, the hawkshot comes off. 5 dudes coming down towards bottom lane. AAA could lose 3 champions.
Yeah, they may here. Jarvan is trying to back up, and he's going to try to take the
teleport from
damage. And we see the arrow coming out onto Lamia's. Very nice job there. Staying alive, but no, Corki goes down. As trying to fire off the arrows. The first one doing that critical. The ultimate going onto Shushay there, focusing Brand with the double alt. And it seems like, oh no, it is still going. A little bit of glitch on the stream there. And we are going to see with the XPK getting taken down by Yellowstar. Great job with Ashe on the focus of the mage. XPK definitely need to be taken down in that fight. Brand will also go down. Janna falling to the ground by the hands of Soaz. Yellowstar rather, getting a double kill within this fight. Following Rammus all the way. Cyanide now looking to taunt one of them within the turret range. He's still going to be able to go down. They have now taken down the ace 25 minutes into the game against All Authority. Is doing an amazing job right now in showing what Fnatic has done to other teams in this match against All Authority, showing that they can creep their way out of the loser's bracket and just take this one handily. Another ace has been scored there. Janna is finally up. Will she choose to go down as well? Malzahar is also up. XPK back into this game. And after all the global gold they are getting, they are now 8,000 gold up, 11-2, 26 minutes into the game with 5 turrets, 3 in their favor, as Fnatic has taken down 2 of against All Authorities.
And it is Shushay with the only kills on Fnatic. He is 2-2. The entire team sharing 2 deaths apiece, with PK picking up a 3rd. And I can't believe how that situation happened. They caught 3 AAA members alone at the bottom of the map, and they just started charging down. But what they didn't expect, because it was a 3v5, they figured, oh, you know, we're safe, we can dive, we can face check brushes.
Yep.
Soaz summoner teleported to a minion reward, got in here, and immediately just blew up that Corki, and that set the stage. It was a 4v4 with the main DPS gone. You know, the Asher, of course, to lead that one in. And they just hit all the crowd controls they needed to. They separated the teams out correctly, and they got 5 for nothing. Yeah, you know, Momo got egged. Yeah, that's, you know, unfortunate. But, I mean, losing that passive, you know, that's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah, these last few matches of the day, it seems that Teleport has really been able to turn the tide of a fight. And we see right there what it can do for you. You can see somebody teleporting in, but you only have so long to react, and you're trying to focus somebody down so you can focus that person teleporting. And like you said, just a great job by Soaz coming in. Aurelia, such a tanky character, not really one you want to focus off the bat, and just a perfect person to have teleport with the ward placement that Melisson has been placing for his team.
Yeah, Melisson's doing what he can, of course. Every time he dies, he's been wearing Oracle, so
Kuja.
he's... Kuja doing very, very well. Melisson, of course. Yeah, I think supports are underrepresented. I think they're underappreciated in these games. So Kuja landing just ridiculously awesome dances. Level 13 from all the assists in these fights, actually keeping up with the jungler and with Ashe pretty much. 0-0 and 8. So all but 3 kills have been helped significantly by that Sona. But you look at the Jarvan, 2-1 and 8. A total of 1 kill didn't involve him. One kill was not his. And Soaz the same way, 3-0 and 7. You know, 1 of those 11 kills was not taken part in by Aurelia, and that is just great play by AAA. They've cleared all the wards out now by this Baron. You know, relishing his kill on Riot Jeff Geo was so wonderful for him. But it's a 5v0 in mid right now. They're looking like they could want to push. The second turret in mid could be available to them. Good standby for Fnatic. They will kill those minions off, but it's going to be AAA maybe looking to push pretty soon.
Yeah, a lot of lane dominance right now. As you see, top lane has a pretty good minion wave. It's going to be easily cleared, though. But the turrets are down all the way in bottom. The top turret is down for Fnatic, and their mid turret is down. The pressure now to be played in mid by Against All Authority as they just keep barraging down with their minions, coming down very hard in a rush down on Fnatic every time they get a chance to go to turret, not giving Fnatic a chance to really rebuttal anything that they're doing. Looks like they're going to lay down some wards, give a little cover there to Sona as she takes out another one. Great job by Kuja with the use of that Oracle. Heading back over to Janna, also an Oracle, and we will see as they come into here if they can find one. Yes, they do. Their Oracle was destroyed, so they're going to go in and return the favor to AAA.
Nice, yeah, so Fnatic doing a good job clearing out wards as well. Let's go ahead and look at the vision in this game so far. Fnatic, not much, really. The Oracle clearing has been strong from Kuja, and that's pretty wonderful. Meanwhile, the ward control is a little bit better on AAA. They've played some defensive wards, making sure they don't get invaded upon. A good clairvoyance there, revealing the Baron. That seems safe. But ultimately, all the offensive wards for both sides have been dropped away by those Oracle clears, so good diligence by those support players. Now, one thing I wanted to do is actually display the builds from these players. If you look at the very bottom left corner, you're going to see the ranks of the skills down here, if you can see the clarity on the stream. Malzahar ranking Q last. That's rank 3, everything else maxed out. Cyanide FI, 5 in taunt, 3 in defensive ball curl, only 1 in powerball, of course, ranking the ultimate as well. Shushe maxing QW, leaving E, actually the last one. That's only got 3 points in it, but it looked like W was the first one maxed, Q was second, so Shushe going for the big QW combo, the most damaging spells there. We look over at Lamia Zealot, he's got Q and E maxed, W was the last one there, he was maxing Q first, and over to Melisande, who's maxed Shield, and got 3 points in that W skill, only 1 in the Q, and that is the skill points for Fnatic. But we have the breakaway as we have, looks like maybe a Baron type for AAA. They will clear the ward, they will back off for now, looks like they're going to keep that one safe, so let's go ahead and look at what Yellowstar has done. He's going to be maxing out on volley, maxing out on that frost arrow second, and 3 points in the gold gain and the hawk shot there. Kuja actually maxing out Q and W, only 1 point E, but looks like a fight about to start. Let's get the vision back to where we want it to be. Yellowstar pushing down on this turret, has broken the Banshee Veil onto that Rammus, and that's a good thing for them. It's going to be pretty nice. It looks like they're going to hold themselves at this turret. Let's go ahead and kill that scoreboard real quick so we can see the teams at top and bottom. And they're just going to destroy these minions. Looks like Ashe already has Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer. She's in great shape here, building towards what looks like a Banshee's Veil. And actually got that health crystal. And they're pushing it onto this turret. The damage output is strong. Yellowstar getting low. And there's Cyanide at 5, getting that taunt. And wow, Brand's damage output is huge right there. Linak jumping in, gonna drop as well. 2 kills for nothing. Cyanide is low. But a great fight from Fnatic. They're going to keep chasing now. Kuja going to take a nice, huge combo right there. And gone is Sona. 3 for nothing. Fnatic coming back strong. Still down 8,000 gold, but it's a 5v2, which means they could Baron.
Yeah, they could definitely Baron. Looks like Moma is trying to get away from this one without going down. Very good wall. Going to be able to throw down that ultimate. It's only going to be taken up because he went out of the distance, and it looks like he will be able to make his way out. We could have a Powerball heal here by Cyanide, but he actually took a lot of damage from that ult. So now they're just to chase and follow here. Will he be able to make it out alive? I don't know. This pillar is going to come on the other side. Do they have enough vision? But Aurelia coming around, going to be in the bush with Brand, missing the pillar of fire. He is just standing in the null zone, flashing over the edge. We see the ultimate from Brand coming around. Soaz trying to do a lot of damage here. Moma comes in, trying to lay down the ultimate as well with Anivia. A great amount of focus. Cyanide falls as Rammus, and it is going to be 2 down, and that one is Malzahar also went down. Fnatic, it looks like they are going to lose another one. She goes down, and coming across was the Ashe arrow. A beautiful job. She is all the way down in middle for Against All Authority, and they are going to turn that fight around, and they are just going to make their way onto this inhibitor. Do they have enough time? It looks like 15 seconds is the closest somebody's going to be able to be up, and they will be able to take down possibly this first turret if they decide to. Corki may be able to thwart that, and it looks like Soaz is just going to head out of here, taking a little bit of damage from the turret. Not really worried about it to these minions as they take down the next and second defensive turret in mid for Fnatic.
Oh, Yellowstar, Moma, and Soaz. Oh, man, this is going to be a repeat. So, WCG USA Finals last year, Big Fat LP landed an epic arrow, and I was like, most epic arrow of my life. That's been taken over. New #1 arrow of the world, Yellowstar, in the grand finals of the Season 1 championship. I'm sorry, but there was not a better time to make an epic arrow in a do-or-die situation. We're getting chased down 2v5 and turning that around into a triple kill.
Yeah, there was no real vision of where she was going. The last ward you can see is by Wraiths. So he predicted that on Wraiths, on the rundown, a little bit of vision from his team, and they were just able to nail it. Now we got a Forest Baron here coming up, and it looks like they will stop doing that. They did see that Against All Authority, they lost vision of them on the map, so they definitely know that Against All Authority is moving. They do have the ward that just got taken down by Wraith, so they had a little bit of vision and wanted to see how much movement they would get out of Against All Authority when Fnatic went for Baron, definitely giving them an idea of what the control in the map right now is for AAA, and they're going to be a little bit more cautious in their play. You can see them moving around as for a group of 4 here, and now Brand joining for the 5th.
Yeah, so AAA 15-5. I'm sorry, I can't even like really pay attention to anything else happening in this game. I'm still like in shock over that entire battle because not only was it an epic arrow, but like the coordination from everyone there was glorious. Soaz actually did a flash Q onto PK so that they could blow him up before he could drop the ultimate, which is just glorious. And then it was still a golden buff Anivia who just kited that team so incredibly well. That was just, I mean, that's just individual skill and game knowledge there. That was just glorious. But I want to actually clear out the rest of these builds real quick since we're in that situation. Jarvan the fourth down at the bottom left, actually playing it differently from how the Rain Man. So the Rain Man, when he played lane Jarvan, I was watching behind him. He ranked Q then W and left Flag Toss at 1. He ended up actually maxing Q and E first. I don't know which one was first. Probably Q, but leaving Shield at rank 1 for longer. Looking over at MoMA now, he's got. Well, actually, he's level 18, so that's, not really useful. But at level 18, he maxes all of his abilities. So as leaving E at the last point there. It's only level 4, so leaving E down there going, I guess, Q and W first. Usually I see W ranked first for the lane sustain, but Q is really good burst damage, so it could have gone either way. But E, the last ability there on Soaz is Aurelia.
Against All Authority doing a very good job now, starting to control the jungle of Fnatic. We'll see how they can continue to do this as they start to move out to the lane. Will they be able to take this turret? They're putting on a lot of pressure, and the Ash Arrow coming in huge. A beautiful Anivia wall coming out, and they're able to take down Brand. Shushay falls. He will not be able to help his team. Melisande also goes down against All Authority, putting on a clinic here just under the turret of Fnatic as they begin to take them down. Fnatic getting a taste of their own medicine as they have done this twice to teams within this weekend, and against All Authority is just all about it. They do not care. Jarvan tanking that turret. I don't think he knows it, and they are still continuing to fight. Anivia laying down the ultimate to oppose anybody that wants to come near and CC them of the utility on the ultimate. Aurelia being very aggressive, ulted within the range of the turret. She takes a lot of damage. That ultimate almost hitting from Corki could have taken her down. Ash face tanking 2 turrets right there, but they were able to grab XPK. Another kill, 4 down, and she has 14 health as she makes her way from that turret. Beautiful job by Yellow Star.
Yeah, good job by them. They picked up all 4 kills here. And Yellow Star going to just pick down these wolves as she runs away from the battle. And go ahead and grab those real quick. Just easy gold is easy gold. Why the heck HP. Not? Yeah, a little bit of health gain. Although realistically, when you're going to the fountain, that health gain doesn't matter too much because you're going to the fountain where it will heal you to full in about 10 seconds. But, oh man, such a clinic being put on by AAA right now. They're playing so incredibly well. That initiate was glorious, and that Ash arrow, so good.
Very stellar game from Yellow Star.
And that fight was great. And that's why Yellow Star crushes faces, and that's why you take Ash in a game.
Yeah, it's such an initiation. You don't even have to be there to initiate. It's good because of the crit that Ash can put out and the build. You said already, the Infinity Edge and the Phantom Dancer already in the hands. Also, the Executioner's Calling. A great build right now. Banshee's failed to keep herself alive. Another Ash Arrow dodged, a little split on the defense there. They're able to take down another turret. All the inhibitors almost down. If they're able to take this one, that will be the third. The bottom one, the most longest taken down, and will spawn the most recent. And we'll have to see if they can get that up. They really need these inhibitors to spawn. They're not going to be able to move out of their base for much longer. All lanes are pushed very hard right now in favor of against All Authority, and they're going to use this to their advantage as they have 3 minion waves with super minions on the way in.
Yeah, they're in great shape right now. They're going to push on through. The Brand ultimate does a ton of damage. Momo's down to half health, but they've now, in sequence, killed all 3 inhibitors, so the bottom one has respawned. They've not gone for Baron. Aurelia now in the front, going to crush down these minion waves and jump onto Lambia Zealot, doing some nice damage there, but he's going to be pretty much okay with Trinity Force and the Quicksilver Sash. But down at the bottom, looks like AAA going to go for the inhibitor one more time. They've got some super minions there to help. This could be the first game going to AAA. We will force a second game, the do or die game. Going to be happening almost definitely here. AAA pushing in on the Nexus turrets. Looks like the first 2 will fall, but here comes the counterattack from Silent FI. Going to stun in there. Yellow Star getting very, very low, and almost dies to the turret with their Lamia's out now in the front. Going to jump in on Yellow Star. Will get the kill, but will die in sequence. And there we go. Soaz trying to run away. Looks like Jarvan fell as well. So actually, that fight went well for Fnatic. They've lost 1 turret though. Anivia in there, and so is the rest of the team. Will they go for this turret? Will they die for it? Yes. They will. After that, John Shield goes down. The Nexus is available. The super minions are still alive, but it's a 3v4 in their base, and the Fountain is there to help Fnatic heal. Oh, the burst damage. Will it be a kill? It almost will. 240 points. Thanks to that Janna keeping him alive.
Look at that lane push by the minions. Just absolutely no minions for Fnatic are outside the base right now, and it is just flooding and pouring out of against all authorities. 2 super minion wave coming in there from top and bottom. They're going to be able to farm this up quite good, get a lot of items in their favor, gain all the experience they need. Everybody's almost level 18. Rammus, however, level 14, being able to be focused down quite easily as the Aurelia, the tanky person, as with Jarvan at 16 and 18, are just really able to stay in the fight a lot longer and able to put some damage down. They may go for the Baron here. It looks like Aurelia is prepping for that, and they may just be able to go in, walk right in, and take on the next at this point with that many minions behind them.
Yeah, they're in great shape here. Looks like here we go. Soaz going to push through onto that worm. He's going to be the one to do it. Basically, with no turrets, Fnatic must 5-man defend that. They certainly can't send anyone and spare anyone to defend against Baron, so AAA will get a completely free Baron. That is the right play. You got the inhibitors down. It's good to end the game, but first, take that Baron buff because, you know, when you're in the enemy base, the advantage that the enemies have is they have that fountain there. They have the ability to heal themselves in siege and sort of withstand that because they have that place of replenishment. But Baron buff gives you health and mana regeneration for wearing it, and so you kind of get to counteract that a little bit by having that in-battle power. Certainly as it wears on, Fnatic is going to gain a lot of experience in gold as the minion waves are pushing and pushing and pushing. There's a lot of gold right there. But until each person kills 10 minions themselves, you know, the Baron kill is still going to be worth more gold than those waves, and certainly the experience is quite large as well. And the actual power of that buff is massive, so almost always it is worth it to sit there and kill the Baron first.
So I believe Ashe has a red elixir on right now, it looks like it, and they have given the other red buff as they steal that away. Soaz takes that from Fnatic at this point. So now the control of the jungle to be played, the mentality of Fnatic not at the top of its game right now. They're more worried about game 2. It does not look likely that they will be able to come back in this one, and this could be the final push we have right here, is Yellowstar will try to get in there, initiate a pull from somebody, or if they will try to bait him out, but I don't think they're going to buy that at all as they come in. Double buff, 1 for Aurelia, 2 for Yellowstar. Here comes the initiation. They are not going to stop on this one, I don't think, and something's going to be big. Somebody has to overextend. The damage being done to the Nexus so much, it's already at half health in a matter of seconds, and there it is, the first game going to against all authority, and the underdogs pull themselves up from the lower bracket to bring it, as you said, to that final game point for either team.
Yep. There is one game to go. One single game will decide the winner of the entire Season 1 championship. Well played out in the chat from Cyanide FI. That was really beautiful play. I really like how AAA played the draft game. That's, I think, where it came from, where they said, okay, you know, you're going to ban the junglers out. That's fine. We're going to grab a first-pick jungler. You're going to grab Malzahar. Good for you. Good for you. We're going to grab that jungler and really force you into a lower role. Now, I think Rammus did play well, but Leonak played a beautiful game that time, and the early Anivia was glorious as well, and this is why we see Aurelia banned. So as 6-0 and 11, never even died. Actually, the only person in the game to not die, and as melee, that's hard to do. That's impressive.
Very, especially with the Chalice build in the beginning, going for the MP regain, and she was just able to get in there. The room page definitely helping on the HP and a little bit of regen probably for the mana as well to give herself that ability to attack more. The more mana you have, the more often you're able to attack, especially with the dash that she does. If she's able to take out somebody or take out a minion, she's able to do it again. So it's a little bit of mobility for her as well. Very good game between these two teams. Ashe at 316, absolutely crushing the creep score. That's 296 for XPK behind it, and as we noticed that the Infinity Edge and a Phantom Dancer so early in the game, and she was just able to control, you know, the first arrow. People think twice about initiating the fight or trying to oppose back on what's happening.
Yeah, and what I really like about this post-game scoreboard, too, is this is what I really love to see in really high-level play, is that everyone's got, like, the exact same number of assists. You know, you've got 3 kills on Ashe, only 1 on Sona, 4, 6, 6. Yeah, you know, those are pretty varied out, but it's like 10, 11, 11, 10, 11 assists. Everyone is there for every fight. They are coordinated. They show up. They got each other's backs. You know, deaths are varied, kills are varied, that's fine, but they're always there to help the team when it counts. When those big fights start, they are there, and they're lending that helping hand, and it's glorious. And you even see that on Fnatic as well, you know, where they've got, you know, pretty much 5 assists per player, except for Suche, who actually picked up all the killing blows, so he's, you know, 4 and 2. But we're going to have a short commercial break in between these games. We're going to be right back with the final game of the Season 1 League of Legends Championship right after this.